a job was important, the right husband was important, like not the wrong things, but I was idolizing the wrong things.
Do you have to take classes before you apply?
Yeah, there are like things that you need to do to qualify, even like living in the area.
So then after you're done,
Yep.
what made you get into your next career?
As a realtor with a sick husband and a sick child, impossible.
Right.
Impossible. So I'm like, I need to do something from home. I feel like I could breathe.
Yeah, right? All right, everybody, welcome back to the What's Next podcast. We're probably on episode 35 now. Super excited about this one. We dive deep on these podcasts into your local real estate agent in this finest city. Isn't that right, Tony?
Yep, that's right.
Well, I'm your host, Levi, and behind the camera is Tony Hernandez.
What up?
Hey, Tony.
What's up, man?
The sun is shining.
Yes, finally.
The sun is out and we're just swimming along.
Yes.
Right? Are you going to hit the pool yet?
Oh, yes, several times already.
Have you? Your tan looks good, man.
Yeah, thank you.
You're
Well,
looking
I'm
good.
Mexican, so.
Oh, yeah. It's just you just go outside and
it's just natural.
Yeah, you're already brown. You're
I'm
already
always
brown.
tan.
Well, I love it. The only thing I don't love about it is that means it's summertime and your kids are out of school.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it for the first week when my kids were out of school.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, hey,
That was their summer school, you know. Classes,
Yeah. I think that's why they have all year round school now.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, you know what, teachers? I appreciate everything you do, but let's get these kids back in school.
Get back to work.
Get back to work. Well, you know what? Today we have a great episode. And when I say finest city, we do have one of the finest from Finest City Homes and Loans, Christine Directo. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Did I say that right? I said your name right? Mm-hmm. All right. Tony was trying to throw me off and calling you Christina earlier. I'm so sorry about that.
I answer to them both.
Do you? No, you shouldn't. Tell him that's not right. Well, welcome. Is this your first podcast?
It is.
Is it really?
You know what? I have to comment on the school thing.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Because
this is great.
I homeschool my kids.
Yeah.
So I'm the opposite. When they're out on summer, I'm like, yes. And
Oh,
when they go
really?
back to school, I'm like, no.
No. You want full control.
No, it's just I have to start teaching again.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm like on the opposite schedules.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you're the teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, you are on the opposite schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So summer break is like, I'm on break too.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah.
So you don't do anything right now? Well, you're still teaching them, right?
Here and there, but I'm like a relaxed homeschool mom. I feel like there's some who are like, I got to put my kid in this camp.
Yeah.
I'm like, we are waking up whenever we want.
That's good.
We have no schedule.
It's summertime, right? Like you don't want them to feel like, because you do it at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what homeschool is.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I'm saying like they don't want to feel
I was like, is that a trick question?
No, I know. But you also don't want them to feel like that's like, Mom, where's everybody else is out of school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
can we take a
Yeah.
break?
We definitely go out and we have fun. And also they go to like a homeschool enrichment program twice a week. So they do go like with classmates and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
But we're in charge of teaching. The parents are.
The parents are.
Yeah. On the other days.
Now, how old are your kids?
7, 4, and 2.
Oh, wow. You got your hands full.
It's crazy.
2 boys and 1 girl?
All boys.
All boys?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
It's wild.
sorry.
I know.
This is your break right here, actually. Taking
That's
some
why
time
I'm
off.
like, Mommy's going to work.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
They're wild. Boys are wild.
Oh, they're crazy.
Yeah.
My 4-year-old just pushed my 2-year-old off the couch last week and he fractured his arm.
No.
Yeah.
Was it like a playful push or was he like,
Yeah, it's
You're
playful, but
okay.
still, I cried more than the baby did.
oh, yeah, of course, right? You see your loved one like,
I know.
in pain.
He's totally okay. He's like, now I have to calm him down. He has a cast on, but he's still trying to jump off the couch.
is he really?
Yes.
Now he's a daredevil.
Yes.
The 2-year-old,
Yep.
the baby.
No limits.
I know. And it's always the middle child. That's the little
Yeah.
rule breaker, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, that's trouble. You got your
That's it.
hands full.
It's
Well,
fun,
thank you
though.
for taking time out for this.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Well, I always start the show with some would you rathers. Are you ready for these?
Yes, let's
These
go.
will be fun. It's a little icebreaker. I know we're nervous here. By the way, thank you again I canceled on you last week. I just want to tell everybody I canceled on this beautiful woman and she was so graceful and been like, not a problem. Next week is fine. So thank you.
Yeah.
I won't
It's
ever
not
do
a
that.
big deal.
I know, but I hate canceling.
No,
I would have,
it's not a
I'm
big deal.
trying to get through it, but I couldn't. Okay, here we go. First, would you rather? Would you rather have the ability to experience and remember your dreams in vivid detail or have the power to enter other people's dreams?
Oh, my own dreams.
Really?
Yeah.
You do not remember them?
I do remember some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't want to enter anybody else's dreams? You don't want to just be like, pop in and see your husband sleeping and be like, boom.
No.
No?
No, I'm confident in my husband.
Yeah.
I think wanting to see my own dreams is like, I want to dissect what's going to happen for myself,
Yeah.
and navigate around that. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Everybody else's business is their business.
That's true.
It doesn't affect me. So
Yeah. Oh, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, it doesn't affect you. And you don't want it to affect you.
Yeah,
So like,
exactly.
stay out of those dreams.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'd choose that one too. I'm pretty good at remembering my dreams.
That's good.
They're crazy, but
That's good.
trying to piece them together sometimes is like, when you explain your dream to someone and you start saying it out loud, you're like, wow, I sound like a nut. Right?
But they all have meanings.
They do have meanings.
They do.
It's weird.
They're not always literal.
All right, here's the next one. Would you rather be able to instantly learn any new skill but forget one of your existing skills each time, or maintain your current skill set with no room for improvement?
Ooh,
That's interesting.
I think the first one.
So learn a new skill, but you forget one of your, I don't even, maybe the viewers might know, or you could explain this to me. I don't know if I have any skills, but like, what would you say a skill is?
For me?
Yeah. For you? Do you have any? But what like,
one.
but is it like, it kind of goes across the board, like what you think a skill is, right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like skill versus talent too. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
right?
Like when I was younger, my sister was just talking to me about this. She's like looking through my old artwork, because I used to be super artistic, and when I was a little kid and in high school, early 20s, and I kind of like lost it.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really need it anymore. Actually, when it comes to marketing, I was just telling him too, it probably would have helped because marketing can be pretty expensive.
Oh, yeah. Tony, can it be pretty expensive? Yeah, it can. For sure.
Yeah, but no, I'm okay with not having that. Like, so if that's a skill,
I guess, yeah, that's your skill.
doesn't really serve.
So then
too
you rather
much.
learn a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll go with that one.
You'll go with that one? Yeah, I guess I would do it. I just don't know what skills I have. Maybe we'll figure one out. Maybe somebody will say, hey, you do have a skill.
Yeah.
And I don't. I just feel like I'm consistent at everything. Not
Yeah.
everything, but.
But there's different kinds of skills, like people skills. Like you help me feel really comfortable coming in here.
Oh, well,
Not
thank
everybody
you.
has that gift.
Oh,
you know?
okay. Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, there's my skill. Yeah.
Don't lose it.
Okay, I won't lose that one. All right, here's the next one. Would you rather have, this one I think are now going into a little bit of real estate. Would you rather have a client who insists on doing the entire transaction via carrier pigeons or a client who communicates exclusively through emojis?
Ooh.
That'd be tough.
I think emojis, because they're more, when you're an escrow, man, I don't have time for a pigeon.
You don't have time for pigeons.
No. So.
And I'm guessing you would have to, let's see, if they're only communicating through there, I'm guessing you would have to get your own pigeons and write back to them, right?
I feel like with emojis too, women are very emoji heavy. So I could be like, I got you.
You got it. I
It's
can't
like
read
numerics.
emojis yet.
No, me neither.
You either? I can't read emojis.
This bunch of emojis, like, I have no idea what you're saying.
Yeah.
You just use words.
I think like this, the prayer hands could be like everything, right? You
Yeah.
write thank you and like the prayer hands come up.
Yeah.
Is that the prayer hands, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
That's what they
Thank
call
you.
them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, I would be
You're
so bad.
such a dude.
I'm such a dude. It would have to be pigeons for me because, I couldn't figure you guys out.
That was good.
Yeah. Okay. Would you rather host an open house where all the furniture is replaced with beanbag chairs, or a house where every room is covered in shag carpeting?
Ooh, the beanbag chairs.
Yeah, the
That's
beanbag chairs,
fun.
right?
I would
Yeah.
bring my boys and be like, Bub, jump on that one.
Right? Go around the house, but I guess it's a bed too. Your bed is a beanbag chair. Everything's a beanbag chair.
Just creating a vision.
Yeah, right? The shag carpet. Have you ever been to an open house with a shag carpet?
I have not.
You haven't?
No.
Where it's like this thick? Oh.
I don't want to know what's under there.
Yeah, you don't. If you have shag carpet, there's some history there.
Yeah,
Because I feel like
history.
it's like from the 70s.
Oh, I
And-
thought you meant like history as in like crumbs like from like 1970s.
Oh, guaranteed. More than that too. Yeah, there's definitely some stuff in there. So I would do beanbag chairs too. Okay, would you rather sell a haunted house that comes with friendly ghosts, or a house that's mysteriously filled with endless rubber chickens?
Ooh, endless rubber chickens. How can you not laugh?
Really? Like it'd just be like in a room, all of a sudden you open a door and it's just like endless rubber chickens. That
Sure,
is
why
pretty
not?
funny.
It's
Well, yeah,
funny.
why not? A little, yeah. Here's a little thing. I guess like ghosts too would be.
Creepy.
It would be creepy. I don't think I could do ghost either. Even though they're friendly, I just can't do that.
Ghosts are friendly?
No, these ones are in this little would you rather scenario.
Okay.
Aren't all ghosts friendly?
No.
Don't tell me that. All right.
Usually not.
We'll just do a couple more here. This goes into your nursing. Would you rather have the power to heal any illness or injury with a touch, but each healing takes a year off your own life? Or have the ability to grant immortality to someone, but you can only do it once?
I think
Once
the
per
first
person
one.
or once? Well, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, once done.
I think the first one.
The first one?
Yeah.
Where you can heal anybody, but it takes a year off your life.
I think so. I think I would.
Right?
I seriously think I
Any
would do
illness
that.
or injury with
It
a
doesn't mean you're
touch.
going to be healing people left and right.
No, you're like, don't touch me.
I know.
I need to know your background first.
But still.
But yeah, but like your poor baby,
Yeah.
just touched, no fracture.
I know.
Boom.
I feel like that's what I went to. When
I
you
think,
asked
yeah,
that.
I thought so. Well,
It's very personal.
right? Exactly. I would pick that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess you can immortality to one person. That'd be tough. All right, just two more.
Too much power.
Too much power. Too much power. Would you rather have patients whose only ailment is uncontrollable jazz hands, or one who speaks exclusively in a pirate lingo during their appointments?
Oh man, those are good.
Those are good ones.
The pirate.
So they're like, I just can't get rid of my jazz hands,
Maybe
or
the,
my leg hurts, or
maybe
scurries.
the pirate lingo. I think that one's good.
The
Because if
pirate-
you're trying to do like a procedure on someone, you're like, hold still, and they're like, I can't.
I could have to kind of do that too. I can't.
That's funny. That's
Yeah, that's pretty good. But a pirate would be awesome.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yo ho, my knee.
mighty
Yeah.
mate.
Oh, that's
I'm
funny.
not even gonna try it.
Come on. All right. Would you rather, last one, would you rather work in a hospital with state-of-the-art equipment but limited staff, or in a facility with basic resources but a highly skilled and supportive team?
Ooh, that one.
Yes. Right?
I feel like it takes a team to help with a patient. It really does.
Right?
You know, so I know that firsthand. I ain't doing no respiratory stuff, okay? So
Yeah.
I would call my skilled team person, because that was my weakness as a nurse. Like anything,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's inappropriate.
No, you're okay.
I just couldn't.
Yeah. No, I get it.
I couldn't. So
But this goes hand in hand. We're going to go, this is why I like this question, because it's going to come full circle by the end of this podcast, because you'll
Okay.
see why. Like, I love your answer there.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like what you do now, and we'll talk about your team as we go along. But I want to know a little bit more about you. You're from San Diego, correct?
Yes.
Where were you born and raised?
I was born in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was born in Los Angeles, but my dad joined the Navy even before I was born. So he got stationed out here in San Diego.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And you moved your whole family down.
My
How many siblings do you have?
well, this is since before I was born. So
Oh,
we've
okay.
been living here ever since. And if my dad had to deploy, he'd deploy and come back.
Got it.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we didn't move. We stayed.
You guys stayed.
Mm-hmm.
No more LA.
No,
Yeah. What part of the town do you live in
I lived
when you moved here?
when we moved here, we lived in National City.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
My parents worked their way up. We lived in like low income apartments. They just worked very, very hard to give me. There was only me at the time. A good life, and worked their way up. Now they have like a nice 2,600 square foot house in Eastlake.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's the American dream, right?
Yeah.
You know, when you work hard and you know, take your family, take a chance,
Yeah.
and you invest in yourself and your life.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I love
good.
this. Yeah, this podcast. So you grew up here in National City, and tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, so we started off in National City,
Okay.
and then by the time I was 9, we moved to Eastlake. And if you guys are from Eastlake, and Otay Ranch is there now too, there was no Otay Ranch. We had cows in our backyard.
Really?
I am like an Eastlake OG.
Oh, dang. See, I was going to ask you a question about that, because like for me, yeah, Otay's there. Like I've only been here 8-9 years. So
yeah,
it was already developed, right?
No, there was no Otay
There's
Ranch
nothing,
at
yeah.
all. Literally, you'd go down Telegraph, and it would just be like grasslands with cows.
Do you miss that?
It was nice.
Yeah.
I feel like once Otay Ranch was built, it's like my parents' house just kept getting further and further away, like with all the lights and everything.
Oh, yeah.
It literally is like an 11-minute drive because I live in Chula Vista still.
Yeah.
It's like an 11-minute drive, but it feels like forever because of all the lights.
All the lights now, for
all
sure.
The people, they built a whole new freeway,
Right.
off of it.
Is that the 125?
Yeah, the 125.
Oh, the toll road. Those darn toll roads.
I know.
They're still paying it off. That's why.
I know.
They'll be toll free someday.
Yeah.
So you've seen the development, the growth. What do you like I said, you missed that quiet little city.
I know.
And
it's nice.
Tell me a little bit more, because like I said, I'm not from here. So why do we call it Chula Vista and East Lake? Is East Lake in Chula Vista? Is East Lake its own separate?
It's really weird. So East Lake is a community within Chula Vista.
Okay.
So people refer to Chula Vista as either West Chula Vista or East Chula Vista.
Really?
And East Lake is like the east of the East Chula Vista. And it's just its own little community. And like people outside of Chula Vista think East Lake and Otay Ranch are all East Lake. Like they just don't know because it's just a different style housing. They're tract homes, model 1, 2, and 3, and they just all kind of look the same. So it's distinct style that makes it stick out, I think.
In East Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in Otay Ranch. But because people from outside of Chula Vista don't really know that, they think like anything that looks like that is East Lake.
Got it.
It happens a lot.
Yeah. Well, that's why I asked, because like I've been through Chula Vista and that doesn't look like East Lake.
Yeah.
So yeah, so people in East Lake would be like, no, I live in East Lake, not Chula Vista. Do they say like that?
You know what? That's a good question. I feel like since I grew up there, I tell people who aren't from San Diego, I live in Chula Vista.
Right.
And people who live in Chula Vista and live in San Diego, I say I grew up in East Lake.
Got it.
And they just know, because I think it was just like this whole big thing, like, oh my God, this whole brand new community out there,
Yeah.
Because it was brand new back then.
Yeah.
Like, should I age myself?
No, you're fine. I'm not going to do it. Tony gets mad at me when I do that to our guests.
Oh, no.
I call him out.
Oh, I don't mind.
Okay, good.
I mean, come on.
How old
I'm
are
like
you?
fine wine. No
Yeah,
kidding.
you are.
So I moved out there when I was 9, and there was already one part of East Lake built. And I'm 39 now.
Okay.
So I've lived in Chula Vista for over
You're
30
not
years.
39.
Oh, I'm turning 39.
Are you?
Good call.
Good
I'm like,
call.
hold on. When was I born?
Wait, when's your birthday?
December 18th. So
December
I'm
18th.
38 and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you look great.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, I would never guess.
I wouldn't have guessed it either.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
It's the Asian, right?
But that's why, Asian don't reason.
Yeah.
That's why I told you guys, because I don't mind. I like the reaction.
Yeah, right?
Just-
Isn't that awesome? So you went to East Lake High School.
Yeah.
And then after high school, you decided to go to, which college? I can't remember. Or you went to...
I went to San Diego State right out of East Lake.
Okay.
I had some classes in Southwestern, but at San Diego State, I actually got kicked out for my grades.
Hey, we've all been there. University of Arizona. Thanks,
Yeah.
U of A.
Yeah. So
Were you a wild child? Is that why?
I was.
Yeah.
I pretty much swirled out of control until maybe like age 25 or something.
Yeah. Now, were you good in high school?
I was. I mean, I was bad, but my paper looked really good.
Oh,
you know
okay,
what
okay,
I mean?
yeah.
Like almost a 4.0 GPA, but like I hardly ever went to school.
Yeah, high school was pretty
But you can't
easy
get away
back
with that in college.
No, you can't. And
You
no
get
one
caught real quick.
And people our age, like we didn't prepare. No, high school didn't prepare us for college.
Yeah.
We're like, now it's a little bit like every public school is kind of a prep school, like getting you into, like, I think some of the classes you can pick your schedule now.
Yeah.
In high school,
Yeah.
which I like that, because that's what it's like when you go to college.
Exactly.
All of a sudden, we graduate and we're like, wait a minute, I can stack everything on 2 days a week
I know.
and miss the other 3 days. Well, they don't tell you should probably be studying those other 3 days and doing your homework.
Yep.
That's what happened to me. Yeah, instead of partying every 5 days a week and going to school twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. No regrets.
No regrets, right? So from there, what did you do after that?
I did a lot of bad things downtown a lot.
Oh man,
Downtown
okay.
San Diego. And then I came to a place in my life, I think I was 24, 25, and I was like, I just want to live a normal life already.
Yeah.
With air quotes, normal.
Right.
I ended up meeting someone, and he looks perfect on paper. So we got married.
What does perfect on paper mean?
He had good income. He was like
Got it.
single, no kids. You know, like at that age, I feel like some people were already starting to get married, at least my friends.
Right. Well, because our parents got started a lot earlier.
Yeah.
Now everybody's starting so late, but yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know how deep this podcast goes, but
You can go as deep as you want.
I ended up in a really abusive
Oh, no.
relationship. I know, it's okay. It's like I'm healed of everything, but
This was in your early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
bad. A lot of stuff that weren't good, weren't legal, were mixed in with that. And so after I got out of that relationship, and actually what's super crazy is he ended up getting arrested.
Really?
And so we were living together, and when they took him away, my dad came in and he like packed up all my stuff. He talked to the property manager, and he's like, look, make it look like my daughter never lived here. And that was it.
Wow.
Never saw him again. And then that's when I was like, okay, like you kind of lose your identity for a little bit.
Yeah.
You're just like, what's real? What's not? You know, when you deal with that level of manipulation.
Right.
And so I'm like, I just want to live a normal life. I'm going to go to, I don't know if there's like Filipinos listening, but when you become a nurse, it's like you made it.
Really? Then it's a stereotype for sure, right?
Oh, it's
I watched Joko. Joko's what's his name?
Joe
Joko.
Coy?
Yeah.
Oh,
I watched
Joe Coy, yeah,
Yeah, Joe
he's
Coy.
good.
He says that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so funny. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, I ended up marrying someone that just looked good on paper.
Yeah.
My mom was even like, oh my gosh, you need to marry him. He has a good family. He has a great job.
Was he Filipino as well?
He was half.
Okay.
He was half Filipino, half white. And it was really unfair to him because I didn't, I was like, oh, I don't know if I really want to be with him, but I want to live a normal life so bad.
Yeah.
That I did, and that only lasted for like a year and a half. And at that point, and mind you, my dad, when he saved me from my ex and gathered all my stuff and got me out of there. I remember one day I was like, Dad, I just don't want to be married to him anymore.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't want to go into detail because I don't want to badmouth him, and I was at fault too, but it just didn't work out, and it was very unhealthy. And my dad was like, he cried. He was like, like divorce was like, what are you thinking? And I was like, Dad, I can't.
Right?
I don't want to be with him. I don't want to like lay next to this person every night. Like I just want to feel loved, and I want to know what that's like. And so.
And everybody deserves that too.
Yeah, they do.
That's crazy that you went through that, because there's a lot of people that stay in those marriages.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. But there's also a lot of people that have a hard time forgiving when others, like wrong. When you are in a very real marriage and you love your spouse.
Yeah.
And I'm a believer, okay? So don't worry, I won't go super like
You're
religious
okay.
on you.
You're okay.
But don't crucify your spouse. Be by their side and help them get through it.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case for this. Like we were never meant to be together.
Right.
And so I ended up leaving, and my dad went and got all my stuff again.
Your dad's MO, man. He knows what to do now.
He was just like, okay, this is way, because he was crying, I was crying,
Yeah.
my sister was crying, and she was like, get her out of there. And she was only like a teenager, but she like wanted me to be like free. And so he went and got all my stuff again. And this is the even crazier part is, I met my husband now, like within 2 months of me separating from my ex. And I was like, I love this man. It's going to make me cry because I love him so much.
No, that's great. That's beautiful. Because you do have a beautiful family. So that 2 months, were you looking, or did it just happen?
It just happened.
That's
And this
how it
is
should,
what's so wild is my husband my husband now had been hanging out with my friends from high school, like, because I left, I went off, was trying to find myself again. I left all my high school friends, like I just disappeared, and in comes my husband, starts hanging out with my group of friends. Well, I start coming back around. I'm like, hey, Christine. Oh yeah, this is Eddie. Whatever, like a new guy in town.
Yeah.
He's new to me, and I whatever, just hey, what's up,
Yeah.
But as me and my husband, and this was way before, like early on into, I think even before I got married to my ex, me and my husband were at the same places multiple times without even knowing it. Like I was celebrating my 1-year anniversary with my ex-husband, and my husband now was downstairs at a wedding reception.
Really?
At Tom Ham's Lighthouse. Isn't that so wild?
That
And
is
it
crazy.
happened multiple times.
Serendipity. I love that movie. But like, yeah, it's like you're being drawn together like in just the universe.
So
But
wild.
that's crazy.
Yeah. So, I didn't have anything with my ex. Like my
Yeah.
name wasn't on anything. So the divorce, we had no kids together. The divorce was only like 6 months.
Yeah.
And like once it was finalized, my husband proposed to me, and I was like remarried before.
Oh, really?
Within
So, like,
that same year.
sign the papers and then right away, let's
Yeah.
start the. So what did your dad say though?
Oh, my dad
When
had a
this
hard
one-
time at first.
I was going to say, like, he's like, okay,
Yeah, he had a
I got
hard
no
time
more
at
moving
first.
boxes here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't really care for my husband at first. He's like, I don't need to meet anybody. I've already saved you once, whatever. And my husband is like, he is like the nicest guy ever.
Oh, yeah.
But he's tatted up, like sleeves, chest. Like, and my dad was like, I'm going to copy a Filipino accent. Please don't be offended. But they're like, is he in a gang? And I'm like, no, Mom. Like, seriously, I'm the gangster, okay?
Yeah, right? Oh, man.
But no, he's such a nice guy. And yeah, that's what happened within the year.
And-
Remarried, and it's been 10 years.
10 years now.
Yeah.
Wow. And 3 kids later, right?
Yeah.
So
it
did
was
you
just
start
like
having,
boom, boom, boom.
so you waited a little bit to start having kids, right? So your oldest is 7.
He's 7.
Yeah.
He's turning 8. So we got married. I got the divorce finalized in December. We got married by next August. Oh, 9 years. 9 years.
9 years.
We've been together 10 years.
Got it.
9 years of marriage. That's
Nice.
where I'm like, wait, why doesn't
Yeah,
that
you're
timeline
like,
add up?
that doesn't add up.
Yeah, it doesn't. No, 9 years of marriage.
Nice.
Yeah, 10 years of being together.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So no, we didn't wait. We were married by August. I was already pregnant by January.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
It's so awesome.
When you know you're in love, you're in love.
I know.
Yeah.
And I was still in nursing school.
So you were, let's go
Yeah.
back to that. So you went into nursing.
Yeah, this is what's so wild because I was in nursing school when I was married to my ex, and my nursing classmates were just watching this before their eyes because
This is like a soap opera.
There's only like 30 of us
Yeah.
because they take like 40 students out of like 1,000 applications. It's crazy. It was so crazy.
Do you have to take classes before you get apply?
Yeah, there
Okay.
are like things that you need to do to qualify, even like living in the area. So I live down south in Chula Vista, which is
Right.
south of San Diego. But the school is Cal State San Marcos. So me and my ex moved up there so that I could get those extra
So you had-
points
wow.
to qualify.
That's
which
crazy.
he's from up there, so it was no big deal to him.
Yeah.
It was no big deal to him. It was just going back. So it's not like I like forced him or anything. It was more convenient because
Yeah.
he worked up in Carlsbad. So literally we moved like a mile down from where he worked. But I laugh because my nursing classmates still laugh about it because they saw me married, they saw me get divorced, they saw me get remarried, they saw me get
Yeah.
saw me get pregnant, but I was pregnant before I graduated.
Yeah.
They're like, what is going on? We've only been here 2.5 years.
This is all just nursing school, right? This isn't even like your actual like getting a career. Or anything.
No,
this is just the
women
class.
in our cohort.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a great story though.
It is wild when
Isn't
I
that
like
wild?
when you're in it, you don't think anything of it. But when I go back, I'm like, wow, that
Yeah.
was a lot. into
Especially,
years.
being an outsider looking in, like again, for your whole class is just like, okay. Like, they're just watching this unfold.
Yeah, pretty much. And you're so close because you're together like all the time
Yeah.
with those people during, you're all together crying together.
Yeah,
it's
right.
really hard.
So you make it out of nursing school.
Yes.
And you've made it, as your mom would say. Right.
She's so
yeah,
proud.
yeah. You're proud. So
Yeah.
where'd you start working then?
I did a hospice job. The
Really?
Yes. And people have that reaction.
Yeah, of course. I think that's
No.
I think it's incredible because like, you have this empathy
Yeah.
for people that are sick. Like I feel like I have it. Like you kind of like, do you get that?
Yeah, you do. You know what? It was just it was different than what I expected. I liked it because at that time, my son was just born. He was like 3 months.
Yeah.
And the schedule was flexible. I'd go to patients' houses. I worked from 2 to 10. And if I didn't have a patient, I was home. So the schedule worked. And there were so many beautiful things that happened. So you think like it's all sad. Yes,
Yeah.
there are sad things that happen. But a lot of times, and some doctors might get mad about this, but like you start taking people off all these medications and you're just having to recertify them because they're not passing away. It's like, we got to do another 6 months. Another 6 months.
Really?
And they just are living more, and not everyone survives forever, obviously.
Yeah.
Like these people are dealing with terminal illnesses, but their quality of life goes up.
Yeah.
Their quality of life goes up.
In hospice.
Yeah. A lot of them do. I'm not going to say all of them, but
Yeah.
a lot of them do end up doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And
Right towards the end.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's, I just think from people who aren't in it as a worker that you're doing it,
Yeah.
like you see the good and you do see the bad. We just feel like everybody that hears that word
I know.
just feels like it's over. It's so
the
sad. Like,
connotation.
yeah, how do you, because it is like when, someone says like my grandma, she was put in hospice and she
Yeah.
had, someone with her. It's like, appreciate everything that you do and everything that those workers do still to this day. Cause they might be the last person that they're with,
Yeah.
So did you have any of those?
Wait.
Where you were like the last person that you were?
Oh yeah, I've had to
Yeah.
clean and do
man.
things like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like at that point, like those people need you there.
100%.
They need you there. So
Yeah.
it's like, put aside your own feelings. This ain't about you. Okay.
You're a strong person.
It ain't about you.
Yeah.
And just be there for the family. It's
Yeah.
not just your patient and that's it. It's your patient and their family.
And their family. Yeah. So you only did that for a year?
Yeah, because then they started cutting back my hours. I was per diem.
Oh, okay.
And so I ended up going to Scripps Mercy.
Right.
Well, I mean, like it was its own department because it was a hospice home health
Yeah.
department. And I did that for about not even a year. That was so hard. That was a really hard job. And actually, I worked one of the odd hours, like the pick up like whatever couldn't happen or any emergencies after hours.
Yeah.
And I had a nurse partner who we worked opposite days. I actually just helped her buy a house.
Oh, did you? That's amazing.
Yeah, it was such a tough job, and we would like cry to each other because we were out in the field by ourselves.
Yeah.
And sometimes going to some super shady areas, and we're by ourselves and we're women,
Yeah.
with all our stuff, medical supplies, and we would like text each other when we weren't, text the other one when they're not working.
Yeah.
And that bond was still there. And so she's like, hey, you need to help me buy a house. I'm like, okay.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Those
So
life.
it comes back around.
It does come back around. So, you're nursing.
Yeah.
You told me a little story about something out there. If you don't mind sharing. So you're in nursing. That's like you made it.
Yeah.
And
to my family.
To your
Let me tell
family.
you this.
To your family. How did you feel? Yeah.
That I never really wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Even in nursing school, I'm like, this is just not for me. And I think I just felt guilty because it's like, oh my God, 1,000 people applied and I got in and I don't even want to be here.
Yeah.
But I wanted to live that normal life so bad. And I wasn't saved at the time. So like everything depended on the world and not like the one above.
Yeah.
So a job was important. The right husband was important. Like not the wrong things, but I was idolizing the wrong things. And so I just did it. And, I ended up doing so many jobs in less than 5 years.
Yeah.
Hospice, home health. I was on a floor that did neuro, ortho, surgical, trauma, stroke. And then I ended up in postpartum nursing because I could not figure out what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do or like what would not make me like miserable to go to work.
Yeah.
And then you're bringing up what happened. I was already a mom at that time and I had another baby. And he was dealing with so many health issues.
This is your second born?
My second born.
Yeah.
And I had to go back to work when he was 3 months. And this was my new job on the postpartum unit because I applied. I literally had my baby. He was in the NICU. He was like 6 days old and I had an interview for postpartum, I put on my belly binder, I shoved my swollen feet in heels, and I went for my interview and I got it.
No, you didn't.
I had a C-section, so I was like post-op.
Like shoving it, just like trying to keep it all together.
I'm telling you, like
just listening to this. Okay, people out there, just listen. You are like the strong. Not to mention, she's also a fitness person that like has done competitions. You are like one of the strongest persons I know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it gave me chills when you said it that way. That you weren't saved yet.
Yeah.
You know, when you're chasing what everybody else thinks is what you should be in life. You know what I'm saying? Until feeling the void. Like you were not happy just being you.
Yeah.
You weren't you.
Yeah.
You know, and even at 24, you're like trying to find you.
Yeah.
And you knew it's out there, but you just didn't know. And then, you know, you got to go somewhere.
No, I don't know. My alarm went off.
Just make sure you don't need to be anywhere.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, you're okay. I have that too. It's probably wake up time, a little siesta in the afternoon. But you know what I'm saying? That, I mean, you're incredible to go through all this. Finish your story. I'm so sorry, because it gets even better, because this is what makes you even stronger.
It just feels weird sometimes when people say stuff like that, because I'm just like, you have no choice. If I want that job, that's what I need to do. You know, I was like, I had 3 people interviewing me and they're like, how are you even sitting up straight? I'm like, I don't know. It ain't comfortable.
Yeah, you get through it and then you find out later. Yeah.
Yeah. And my son was in the NICU. He had taken too much fluid into his lungs, so they had to like wait for that to all get out before they released him home. So I went to go visit him in the NICU, and my interview closed, and then my interview was across the street. So I just changed really quick.
Yeah,
and then went across the street. But I ended up, he was only, a week old. They said this program doesn't start for like 3 months. And so that was like, in America standards, a perfect time to go back after you have your baby.
Yeah.
So I ended up going back, but in between that time, I went to take my son to the doctor, and he had little patches of eczema on his cheek. And it didn't bother him, but I was like, what is that? Like, what can I give him for that? And the doctor's just like, oh, just a little steroid creams, whatever. And I was like, okay, I use that on my patients all the time. No big deal. And I was like, it seems to be getting worse. And they're like, okay, let's send you to a pediatric dermatologist. And so they upped it. They upped the strength.
Of the cream.
To prescription strength. And I kid you not, like 5 days later, he looked like a burn victim.
Really?
Like, it melted his skin off on his cheeks. After a couple weeks, it like moved, because our skin is one organ. Yeah. Okay, it's one piece. And this is a little 11-pound baby. Like, he's small. And so it spread fast. And it was like, it was awful.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to try not to cry, but like, I couldn't even hold my baby without putting like a cloth on me or something, because his skin would like weep and bleed, and you were like 24/7 on watch that he wouldn't scratch,
that he wouldn't touch it.
Yeah. And I told the dermatologist, like, look, there's like, I got connected with people that were going through this. I had my husband's friend had reached out and said, I think he has what I had before. He had already like recovered from it. Yeah. He was like, it's called topical steroid withdrawal. And I told this to the doctor. She's like, that's a bogus diagnosis. I deal with this all the time, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, no.
And she wanted to up the strength even more. She wanted to soak him in stronger steroids. And I just said no.
What?
I said, okay, doctor. I played dumb. I said, okay, I'll go pick him up. And I said, no. Yep. Never went back again. And it was just like a year of torture. A year, day in, day out, wrapping him. All these, I mean, like, it was tedious.
What did it end up being?
It's topical steroid withdrawal. And the way it's like, as a nurse, you know how to dress wounds accordingly. Yeah. But this skin condition, and it was like, he looked like a burn victim. He had wounds all over his body. It just reacts different. And so what you're trained to wrap a certain wound a certain way, it wouldn't respond the same way. Yeah. And
well, it's also hard because it's on his face, started on his face.
His face, everywhere. Yeah. It was like almost everywhere.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So it was just day in and day out of torture for him. I was working nights.
Oh, nights?
I would go home, and my husband would sleep at his mom's house with our kids, so that when I got off work, I would go home, shower, and then go get our kids. Yeah. And they would help me with, he was 3 at the time, my 3-year-olds, but then the baby is like, okay, we can't handle this. This is too difficult for us. So I would just take care of him, nap when he napped, and then like go back if I had to go back again that night.
To work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
And that makes you go crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't work every night, but I definitely wasn't sleeping
You
any
weren't
nights.
resting. Yeah.
No nights. And so I went cuckoo cray cray. I'm telling you, I had to leave for a little bit, join some postpartum support groups, this and this and that and that.
Did that help?
No.
No. It still was just there.
They put me on like meds and stuff. But I mean, when you have the constant physical attack of your child suffering.
Yeah. And your
pill's
own,
not gonna help.
your own mental, physical actually, because you're not sleeping.
And the guilt. I had guilt for putting that on him.
Yeah. And even when you try to fall asleep at night, you're just worrying about like him.
Yeah.
Oh, you're worrying about your family. You're worrying about your job. You're worrying about all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see how that just weighs on you.
Yeah.
So you, at that point, you were done.
It was a year at that job.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I was just so like mentally unstable.
Yeah.
Again, I wasn't saved at the time. And so I said, screw it. I'm going to leave this job.
Yeah.
I can't handle it anymore. I was at that time a postpartum nurse. So I was cuddling and taking care of everyone else's baby while, like my watch is going off. My iWatch is going off because the baby cam is going off because the baby's crying,
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wanted to go home so bad. And my husband was super sick at the time from the stress of all this, dealing with ulcerative colitis. I'm having to give him his immunosuppressants, like shots and stuff like that.
Jeez.
And then I had my 3-year-old. I'm like, oh my God, does my 3-year-old still know I love him? You know, it was just so much. It was so much. It's going to make me emotional.
No, it's okay.
So I said I couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah.
I was taking care of everyone's babies. And I love. I loved it. If my baby wasn't sick, I probably would have stayed. Even though I didn't really care to be a nurse, that was like the most legit job. With those I would swaddle them so tight and leave their little foot out so I could play with them while I was charting. They were just so sweet. But no.
But that's the thing, like everything happens for a reason. And I think, I don't know. I don't even think you would have stayed there even if, because you were still trying to find yourself.
Yeah.
You didn't like what you did. Well, maybe in the postpartum, but still, you know, it was meant to be. Yeah. So you quit your job.
I quit my job. Everyone went crazy. Are you crazy? You know how hard you worked to get here.
Yeah. How many?
I don't care.
Right. At one point, you gotta
I made good money too.
Yeah. It's the universe telling you need a break.
I
know. And you listen though.
I did. And I ended up quitting 2 weeks before the lockdown happened.
See? Could you imagine not listening?
I know. And what's so crazy is when you're in the postpartum unit, it's a hospital within the hospital. So it's locked. It's a locked unit. We have our own little hospital. It smells good.
Yeah.
It smells like lavender essential oils.
Oh, that sounds good.
Patients walk, they talk, they wipe themselves.
Yeah, right.
Minus the babies, but that's okay. So I quit. I quit 2 weeks before the lockdown. And shortly after, I heard they were sending those postpartum nurses onto the main floor again.
Really?
And mind you, I didn't even know how to do an IV anymore at that point.
Yeah.
Because I take it out. I don't put it in.
Yeah, you don't put them in.
I take away all your meds. You hardly do any of that. You're basically getting your patient ready to go home. So to be thrown back on the floor, imagine how much more stress that would have been.
Yeah.
With a sick husband, a sick baby.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And they were sick. I didn't have to worry about going in and out of whatever was going on during that time, and bringing something home.
Right. So then after you're done.
Yep.
What made you get into your next career?
So this is super fun. I love this story because I ended up joining a little MLM company, right? This was in between before I became a realtor. Because working as a realtor with a sick husband and a sick child, impossible.
Right.
Impossible. So I'm like, I need to do something from home. I'll take on this little thing. And there were these water machines, right? I'm not even going to put it out there because it's not about that. But there were these water machines, medical grade water machines, and I would bathe my son with it. I would give it to him to help with his infections, and he never got an infection again because of that machine. Yeah, because it makes hypochlorous acid. Our white blood cells make it. And so you could literally, to fight off infection. I would like spray it on his wounds and he never got an infection again. So I was a believer. And I said, okay, I'll take on this little thing for some extra side money. I made more money than I did at my job.
At nursing?
Yes.
Really? Yeah. So was this just sales then?
Yeah, it was. It was basically like medical, not really medical because, I mean.
Kind of. It was.
Sort of. But
were you selling it to medical professionals?
No.
Oh.
Just to families.
Just to families.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, social media blew up in 2020, so I was just posting a lot, and people were looking, and there was a business opportunity, and at that time, people were looking for, I mean, what were they fighting for? They were fighting for disinfectant, they were fighting for water.
Yeah, you're right. Toilet paper.
And people were on social media, they were looking for like little business opportunities to make extra money, and so that's where it took off.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so you did that for how long?
A couple of years.
Yeah.
Not even a full couple of years, because then I started coming back to real estate.
Yeah.
Because I was licensed.
For how long were you licensed?
I had been licensed already, I think, a couple years.
Okay.
But then that happened. I pretty much got my first deal when this all started happening with my son.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was still working my full-time job as a nurse, and then my son got sick, and I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't leave him. So I'm already leaving for work. I can't leave for extra work.
And now you're back full time.
Yeah. So I actually kicked and fought, and I was like, God, why? I just, I'm a praying woman, and he's just like, it's time. Like, you're called to property. And I was like, okay, well, I don't really want to. And, obedience is more powerful than sacrifice.
Yeah.
And so I listened, and I joined Finest City. Devin Pelly was my lender partner through this whole time. I got a few deals in 2021, and I was super new, and Devin was my lifeline. What does this mean? I don't want to sound dumb. How do I explain this? And
Devin's amazing.
He is incredible. Him and Hazel helped me.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Hazel Rossetti.
I think I do know Hazel.
She's adorable. I was just texting her before this.
Oh, nice.
Oh, we're still really close. And so I said, okay, well, I'm just going to join Devin.
Yeah.
And I knew Eric was working with my son's godfather, my eldest son's godfather, on Airbnbs. I'm like, okay, well, I trust the broker too. I met with Eric, and I don't know, Eric ended up, he's actually out in the waiting room. I wish I could.
I know.
I'm a boss.
He's been on the show. He's
I know.
Good.
I listened to his. That was the first episode I listened to. But Eric ended up telling Devin, behind my back, not bad.
Yeah.
It was like, he's like, Christine's got it, huh? He told Devin that, and Devin told me that, and I ran with it.
This is Eric saying this.
He told Devin, and Eric didn't know that Devin told me.
Yeah.
And when he said that from someone that I barely just met, I was like, okay, God, let's do this.
Let's do this.
And then it was just like boom, 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 like 6 deals in the last 6 weeks.
That's incredible. In this last 6 weeks?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I know. And that's just really, like I said, obedience is more powerful than sacrifice.
Yeah.
Obey.
And this is just the start.
I literally just started full time this year.
Isn't this amazing?
Yeah.
And so it kind of brings me back because, you talk about social media and all this stuff, but, let's go back to that would you rather question. And I kind of set it up for this. I saw this one and I was like, oh, this is crazy because you chose basic resources, but a supportive and highly skilled team. And that's what Finest City Homes and Loans is.
It really is.
It really is. Like, forget about and again, going to this, I love this podcast because, I get to sit down and meet the real you, and I think a lot of people, a lot of viewers, a lot of consumers out there go, why are we paying all this stuff? I can do this through technology. Here's this new state of the art, you know what I'm saying? Like state of the art equipment. Here's this cool new thing I can do to find my own home and da 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 da. That doesn't work that way. It doesn't. You need these highly skilled, agents and this amazing support that they have behind them. They're so lenders, they're escrow companies. We do it as a team.
Yeah.
And I think you found the right team. The team, Finest City Homes and Loans is amazing.
And there's no competition.
Yeah.
We literally all help each other.
Yeah.
No, what do you call it? Poverty mindset. There's enough for all of us.
Right. Yeah.
So it's good. And
you guys do it right. Because how often do you meet as a team?
as a whole team, like once a month, but
Yeah.
then we have trainings here and there. But people like trickle in and out because most agents are out on the field.
Yeah.
So
But even once a month, that's amazing
Yeah.
to get your team together. Like some people don't do it. They do it, quarterly, maybe bi-yearly.
I've
you know?
never went into the office this much before. Like,
Yeah.
but I want to.
You want
like,
to.
I want to hang with my friends.
Yeah. You found a team, you found your support that you need and something that you love.
Yeah,
And it shows.
it does. It does. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. I love it.
Is there anything that you would change?
No.
No.
Why would you change the course?
Right?
It's always perfect.
It is perfect.
I think people need to just, like I could live with regrets.
Yeah.
I started too late, I mean, obviously it would have been awesome if I started earlier, but no, everything's perfect.
Yeah.
I ended up having another baby. That's why I took a little bit of time off too, because what's crazy is once my son healed, my husband healed, I ended up finding out I was having another baby.
Oh, congratulations.
And
He's 2?
He's 2 now.
Yeah.
And he has the softest skin ever.
Isn't that the best? Oh, you were blessed. See,
I was like, redemption.
yeah. You know what though? That's the thing. You've been pushed to your limit.
Yeah.
Or have you not?
Oh man.
Like just through this whole podcast episode, I felt like, yeah, you've been there. You've done it.
Yeah.
You've survived. You're a survivor.
And we're still
You know
going.
that? And you're still going. And your story's fantastic because there's a lot of people out there that go through a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Whether it was, man, you've done it all. I was going to say, what we talked about earlier is, you're unfortunately like the abuse of substance and stuff like that with an abusive relationship, you got out.
Yep.
You could have been in there. You could have been right there with him and gone to jail.
Yep.
And you read the sign there, you married someone that you thought that everybody, you needed to.
It was good on paper.
It was good on paper. No, really. You thought that like, this is okay. I'm 24 now. I got to get married. I got to do this. Here's the person that I should do it just because it looks good. And you were strong enough to be like, I can't, this is not who I am. I can't live my life like this. You kind of owed it to yourself too, and then you weren't looking and right away you were rewarded.
It was so awesome.
And then after that reward, you were tested again. Like it is just an incredible journey, Christine. Like that's crazy. And now you're in such a good spot. And that's why I love this podcast. I get chills because I get to know you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being on this.
I need to start a podcast just so I could interview you.
No, I don't know. I love this. This is amazing. So I'm very happy for your success. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I like to end our podcast with a fun segment called Finish the Sentence.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay. So people always get stumped on this. I don't know why I always ask it first, but and I thought about a new one, Tony, and I can't remember what I was going to answer to this, but I know this is weird, but I really like to. I had a new one, Tony, and I can't remember because I thought about the other. I was like, man, I really like to what? I know it's weird, but I really like to.
To dance?
No, I let people know I dance.
Do you?
No, this guy makes me dance.
I don't make
He goes, oh, this guy dances. Let's go dance for everybody.
He is like, I just say something about dance and he just starts dancing and now I'm making him. He's like, you just looking for the opportunity to dance.
No.
I don't know. There's so many weird things about me.
I know, but what do you, like, what is, okay, I think I got a new one.
Okay.
So for some reason on social media these days, I don't know what it is. I don't have a gambling problem or anything, but I like watching slot machines, people playing slot machines. And I can watch them. I'm like, okay, last one. Okay, last one.
That's weird.
And I don't know what it is. It's weird, but it's always they get the bonuses, and so like it's not.
Oh, yeah.
So I like to watch these bonuses. It's like I don't know. That's
Just don't go yourself.
yeah. No, I will never. But I kind of want to.
Just
That's
get
how it
one of those
starts.
little like piggy bank ones.
Yeah, just one on my app, like on my phone.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
all.
That's how it starts.
That's how it starts. You know,
I don't know. I don't know what is.
I go through a rabbit hole on that one, but we can go back to it.
Yeah, let's come back.
All right.
My husband will probably be like, I know.
Oh no, I know that's weird. You do this. It's weird. Okay. I laugh when.
Oh my gosh, you are killing me with this.
What? You laugh when? You have a beautiful
I feel like
smile.
I laugh all the time.
All the time?
Like I'm
What-
that person who's like, how can you not find that funny?
Yeah. So you just laugh at everything.
I mean, like I like movies like Nacho Libre.
Oh yeah, those are the best ones. The slapstick
Oh,
comedy.
God. Is that what they're called?
They're called slapstick
Oh my God.
comedies, yeah.
I feel like laughing just thinking about it.
You're one of those best friends that you got to have around all the time because no matter what you say, like they always laugh.
Oh my gosh, that's what
Make
my
you look good.
girlfriends tell me.
Yeah, they make you look good, right?
yeah,
Yeah. You look like the funniest person ever.
So funny. My girlfriends told me that that too. I'm like, what? You fell into that, okay? That I had to say something.
Yeah, look at you. You have a perfect like smile like on your face all the time.
I whitened my teeth last night for this.
Did you really? I need to do that. Dang. All right, I would die without.
Oh, my Bible.
Your Bible? That's a good answer. That's the first one I've heard. That's so good.
The answers are all there.
That's a good answer. I would die without Bible. Yeah. That's a good one. Have you heard that? We haven't heard that one.
No.
Usually
Not here.
Usually it's coffee. A lot of us all not here. Not
coffee.
Listen. The coffee one.
My whiskey.
Yeah. Hey, I do. All right. I love it when.
Oh gosh.
There's no wrong answers.
I know. I think I just love it when. I think like when I'm with my kids, they're freaking hilarious, and when just one of them does something and we just like laugh so much all together. I think that's what it is. Yeah. I think I know what my weird thing is. I just like randomly blurt things out loud in my house. Like, I don't know.
What do you randomly blurt out in your house?
I don't know. Like, I'll just be like, thank you, Jesus. Like,
really?
And my kids are the same. I'm like, why do you have to be so loud?
That's funny.
I'm just a loud person. Like, really. And people will say, and my girlfriend was texting me, and she was like, you're just one of the sweetest people I know. I'm like, no, I'm really crazy. Like, my kids say, Mom, you're cray.
That's funny. Well, that's me too. I think
I'm sweating exposing that.
Before knowing you, yeah, until you hear your story, you're like, okay.
I did the illegal turn of the head and my mouth away from the mic.
You're okay. Okay. In an ideal world, blank.
In an ideal world. You guys, I mean, like, we're not supposed to make this a show, but people would know Jesus.
Yeah. That's okay.
Because honestly, like, the enemy comes and twists things around and people start thinking it's normal, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's really not. And if you all knew that, there wouldn't be any division.
Yeah.
So.
That's a good answer. Don't ever feel bad about saying that.
I just don't know like your legalities of things.
There's no legalities here. It's what we say. Yeah. I'm just saying like, it's what do you feel? Okay, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you can definitely, yeah.
I know just some people are like, oh my God, I can't believe she said that. But like, no.
Yeah, but who? Like, we don't, those people you shouldn't worry about.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Amen,
of course.
I feel like I could breathe.
Yeah, right. And you shouldn't. I mean, you've gone through a lot, and where your faith has kept you here.
It really is. And I think like also in a business where it's very, it can be cutthroat and it can be 100%. Idolizing.
Superficial.
Yeah.
Superficial. Or you idolize a certain person in the business. I stick to the Proverbs 31. If you've never read it.
Yeah.
The virtuous wife. Like a woman can have all these things in person, but if you look at that virtuous wife.
Yeah.
If you want to read it, or if you want me to read it.
Yeah.
She's my goals.
She's your goals.
She's my goals.
Yeah.
And it just says everything. Like she has her hands in multiple pots. She has maidservants. People say like, oh, well, she has maids. Well, guess what? When you have maids and you have the ability, like God blesses you with a business where you can, then you can focus on ways to bring in money for your family.
Yeah.
And
or healing others, or going out and doing stuff. That's
exactly.
Everybody perceives it in a different way.
Yeah.
And in social media, I think is kind of it's a root of the evil sometimes. Like it's great. Yeah. It's great here and it's evil here. You kind of got to find the in between. It's just,
social media is just a tool and people decide how to use that for good or for bad.
Yeah.
It really is.
And so when they see people, oh, your maids are on there, they're like, oh, they already perceive you as like, snobby, rich, like, oh, you don't deserve it, but you don't know. Like, you don't know the story behind it.
And I'm not saying I have maids. Like, no. That's goals.
Yeah,
because virtuous wife has them.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Exactly.
Good goals.
Those are good goals. Well, good.
We all want maids.
I work best when?
I work best when I have time in the morning to be in the Word and then to get my workout in.
Yeah.
Because I got to move.
Mm-hmm. You got to move.
I got to move.
Your hustle is strong.
And my garage, I have a fully loaded garage gym.
Nice.
So I don't have to leave.
Oh, that's good for you. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't have nice purses or brand name heels. I have gym equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do, Levi, for workouts in the mornings?
Right there. He's standing right there.
All right.
Getting him up for school or getting him up out of bed. I got 2 of them. And so, yeah, that's my workout.
Oh, yeah.
I need to get workout. I need to start moving around a little bit more.
Just go for a run in the morning.
I need to try. I know. That's
what I do.
It's that mindset. You have such a hard, strong mindset because you work out, you know how to like set your time and everything. I haven't found that yet. I haven't found that.
It's okay. We all have different gifts.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to do something else to get you moving.
Yeah.
You know? That's mine.
Volleyball.
Doesn't mean you have to.
That's true. Something. I'll figure it out. All right. Last one. The advice I would give a new agent.
Ooh, I would say don't feel you have to have 2 different, like an alter ego.
Yeah.
Because one thing Eric told me one day was and Eric is my broker again, if you don't remember, but he said, thank you for being you. And I was like, what? Like, why? I don't feel like I need to be Realtor Christine, MLM company Christine, friend Christine, church Christine. Like, why?
Yeah.
That's too many personalities to remember. Just be yourself. Be yourself.
Be yourself.
Because people want to work with you for you.
Yeah.
You know? Like if people are there for you and you want to be able to work with people who love you for you.
Right.
It doesn't matter what you do. It could be real estate. It could be this. It could be that. And then they'll support you.
Yeah.
Christine sells cars. Oh my God, I'm going to buy my car from Christine.
Right.
Because she's never changes. She's the same.
Yeah. You know what you're getting with Christine.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing.
That was a good way to put it.
That is a good way to put it. Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
It flew by, right? You were nervous over nothing. This is great.
It did.
You were so good.
Should I watch the time because I'm a talker?
No, you're totally good. That's what Tony's here for. He'll watch the time for us. But thank you so much. And I can't wait to see what's next in your future.
Thank you.
I want you to come back. Well, we'll hang out more and
We
we'll
will.
keep each other updated on everything.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Can you look in this camera and tell people where they can find you, by the way? Like your
Oh, yeah.
Wherever
Oh, I need more of that, by the way. But so you can find me at Christine Directo. Christine.Directo on Instagram, Christine Rochelle Directo on Facebook. What else? What are other things? dreamhomesbychristine.com.
I was going to say your website. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. I need to pick it up on my social media game. But you see, when you fall into the trap of this person's doing this person's doing that.
Yep.
You're
Be
gonna
yourself.
think too much.
No, don't follow them. Be yourself. I love your social media, by the way. It
You do?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's got
thanks.
a good separation of everything.
Yeah, I just want to, I don't want to just be Christine the Realtor. Like, know
Of
who I
course.
am, know who I love above.
Yeah.
You know, they're
And here, you love your kids, you love your family, you love your community.
I
You know,
do.
you were born out there and you're still out there. So in Eastlake.
triple OG. No, kidding.
Triple OG. That's right.
I'm in Rancho right now, but
Oh, are you okay?
by Costco. I love it.
Oh,
Walking distance. They know me there.
Oh, do they
Oh, hey,
really?
John.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a good community. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again for
thank you.
taking the time out
Thank
and being
you.
on the show.
Thank you guys so much.
Tony, let everybody know where they can find the What's Next podcast.
Well, guys, you guys can find us in YouTube. Go to YouTube, search for the podcast, like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, leave comments there so Levi can reply to you guys. He loves to engage with you, so you guys know what to do. Also, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Instagram as well, guys. All right, let's go.
Take us out.